Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Freddy Always. In today's episode, as you can see, I have an array of cameras here, a sea of cameras. And I was cleaning this room, setting this up the way you have it here. And I typically have my desk over here. And I do videos on this chair facing, the camera facing this corner. And I was cleaning, because I was cleaning this stuff, everything. I started to look at my cameras and realized I have collected an array of cameras throughout the years of making YouTube videos. And it made me, I wanted to like jump in and give me an idea of making a video and talk about why I got these cameras and how they helped me or not helped me on YouTube. And you see, I started on YouTube not knowing what the heck I was doing in recording. I didn't know how to use a computer. I didn't know how to use a camera. I didn't know how to use audio. And the reason why I got into all this stuff was, first of all, I was a YouTube fan. The first moment I started using YouTube or watching YouTube, I thought it was incredible. It's like I saw a window to the world in a sense, right? And I always thought, wow, it would be so cool to do it. But, when you don't know anything about cameras or video or editing or anything like that, this feels so far away and so foreign to what you can possibly do. And everything changed when I started going to church. My pastor, she decided, it was a small church, and there was nobody in the sound, as a sound engineer, to work with microphones and all the mixers and stuff for the church, right, for the sound. And I told her I didn't know how to do anything of that world. I had no clue, but she needed somebody, and she said, I want you to learn and get familiar with it." So in turn, by getting familiar with all these terms like XLR cables and audio and mixing and all this stuff, I learned about that, and it trickled down to something that I actually loved, which was YouTube. And it gave me a platform to use these tools. It gave me a reason why to buy these, and also gave me a reason to learn so I can personally use them on my own accord, right? So when I got into YouTube, or I got inspired into YouTube, I'm gonna go through all these cameras and talk about how I bought them or why I bought them. Really, that's the word I'm looking for, and if they worked for me. So I'm gonna start with this one. This is the GoPro Hero 7. Typically YouTubers, they would talk about the camera and then get like a close up. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep this tight because we're friends. So I got the Hero 7, the GoPro Hero 7, this tiny little camera. And I remember I bought this camera thinking like, oh, I'm going to start doing YouTube. This is going to be the one. Look how small it is. I can do so many things. I can just hold it like this. And I have a little tripod here. It's really finicky. And, bro, I only used it maybe like 3 or 4 times, and I put it down. Number one, actually, no, I bought a computer too. And the computer didn't like the 4K, didn't work, and I ended up having to get a new computer because it didn't work, and it just threw me off, right? So I bought this camera. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna buy a bigger camera because this one didn't work because the quality wasn't there. So I'm like, okay, so if I buy a big camera, it's gonna make me get a lot of views. The sound is gonna be better. The footage is gonna be better. So I ended up buying the little brother of the A7 IV. I bought the A7 II. I ended up selling that one. I bought it for $1,300. And as the camera guys know, the A7 II was 1080p only, and it didn't have a flip screen. And I didn't know nothing about audio, so that wasn't even in the picture. So I made my first YouTube video. You'll see that on this channel. The very first video, I was talking about Jesus, on how he saved me. And man, that audio was horrible. The quality was horrible. I was tense. I didn't even know how to edit. So if you will watch that video, it's like 30 something minutes of me telling my testimony, and I have no cuts. It's just a full straight camera record. It's like the guy from Think Media, just press record, and that's what I did. So I did like one or two, three videos with that camera, and then I stopped because I didn't feel secure making videos with that camera because I couldn't see myself. I couldn't monitor myself. It sounded horrible, and I didn't know how to fix it. Right. So I got that one. I got the A7 II. Then for years I didn't make videos because I just didn't feel comfortable. Then I was like, okay, so the big camera didn't work because it's not 4K and it's doesn't have a flip screen. I started learning that some cameras are made for video and some are made for pictures. That's why the Sony A7 II was out of the picture. I ended up selling it to my friend, so I didn't feel bad. And then I was hanging out with my friend, and I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool to do a podcast, right? So and he's like, yeah, it'd be cool to do a podcast. We could do it together. It ended up not being something that we continued to do for other reasons. The language barrier. He speaks mainly Spanish. I speak mainly English. So we ended up not doing so many videos, but you'll see them on this channel. So I ended up buying the Sony ZV-1, and this camera was amazing for the time. It had 4K. I had a flip screen, and I could keep it plugged in and record for a long time, right? So I bought the camera. I did my videos with the podcasting I did with my friend, and once that ended, the podcast ended. I kind of like it didn't retire. I just stopped making videos. And the camera is great, but then I started seeing other cameras with better quality, and I ended up just not using it as much. And for a while, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna be making videos. I put YouTube to the side. I left the videos on there, and eventually, I bought this camera right here, the GoPro Hero 10. And this camera for me was mind blowing because the quality was there. The audio on this camera is amazing. It's waterproof, and I ended up doing really cool videos with this camera. And I was like, man, this is actually the perfect camera for YouTube. And I started using it here and there, but uh, I don't know. I guess I wasn't inspired as much to do videos with this camera. Uh, Even though I said that the audio on this camera was good, the moment when hit it, it was going bad. The moment you got in the dark, is not as bad as the older GoPros, but it started like getting bad too. And then, so I just put it to the side. I retired it also. Then I started dating my girl on it, my wife now, and Christmas was coming, and we were gonna do big gifts, and I told her, hey, what I would really really want for Christmas, is this camera that I would want to get, but I don't know if I want to spend that much money right now for myself. But if you wanted to get it for Christmas for me, I wouldn't mind. And I told her I want the A7 IV. I told her, obviously it's expensive, so I said, if you bought the body only or put money towards the body only, and I put some money down too, I would love to get this. I know for Christmas what I specifically want. If you're a camera guy, you know what you want. So I told her I wanted this, and she ended up getting it for me, and it was the best gifts I could get. I ended up getting the 24 to 70 lens G Master, and man, this camera blew me out of the water. When I was a little kid, there's one more camera that I don't have here that I had. It was like some random Canon camera. It was really cheap. When I was a little kid, I was very into movies and videos and stuff like that. Like the thought of it was I loved, and I bought a camera thinking that the quality was gonna be like the movies, but then I realized like no, like early 2000s cameras that are cheap, they don't have good quality. So I ended up not working with the camera. I gave it away. But this camera right here, man, this camera was so good. It still is so good. Like I don't even feel like I should upgrade to the A7 V. Why would I do that? This camera has great video on auto, great video. okay on audio, but you put a good microphone and you're legit, you're fine. And man, this camera has been so good to me. The problem with this camera is that the quality is so good that I needed to have a legit great computer. And if I wanted to edit it, I have to get my computer. If I'm busy, if I've had family, and my wife, or whatever needs me, it required me to take away time from them to sit down and edit. So while this camera is great, I don't use it unless I'm usually taking pictures or I'm doing a video project that I really want the best quality. If that's not the case, I'm just taking pictures of it and I keep it to the side. Plus, one thing that I don't like about it is the connection with the phone. The connection with the phone sucks. When I'm trying to download footage or picture, well, pictures is okay, but when I try to, but not that great either. It takes a long time or it's finicky. Like I connect to the app and it'll connect. I might be able to get one photo and I don't know where it'll just not knock me off. So the app just kills this for me. I'll always have to use, for the most part, if I really want really good quality transferring, I'll have to use a SD card transfer or connecting it to the computer or editing on the computer. So this is a specialized camera for me. I love it, but it's specialized. So a Christmas after that, my sister-in-law knows that I love cameras, and she got me this beauty right here. Now, obviously, this camera is very specialized for, making, taking pictures for fun when you're with friends, family, and you want to take a spontaneous photo like a Polaroid, like back in the day. So I love this camera. It doesn't get used as much. I guess it's a specialized camera for certain things. And if I don't bring it to the party, it doesn't get used. So I have to start to remember to bring this camera with me. So after that came this camera, the Action 5 by DJI. Man, this camera, they hit it out of the park. I love this camera so freaking much. So freaking much. This camera gave me, not sort of, not really, the quality of this camera, not really as much as the camera that I'm recording on now. It gave me great quality, ease of use. It connects to the microphone wirelessly, wirelessly, and it's light. The battery is 4 hours each, and if you bought the adventure pack, you get 2 more batteries and this thing right here that you can charge with one cable, and you can charge all batteries at the same time. This camera was so amazing, and honestly, the best part for me was I can transfer footage from here to my phone almost in like 3 minutes. Like so much footage in like about 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, less than that, honestly. And I have great audio with the microphone, and I have great images, and I can edit it on my phone on CapCut, and I have a YouTube video in less than 30 minutes. This mainstream making YouTube, it made it so much easier. I love this camera, and it introduced me to a group of guys on YouTube, a community that started because they're like, hey, we love these cameras, but we don't want to be attached to these cameras. And then they ended up getting, or a lot of people ended up getting action cameras to make videos, which is amazing. So I got this camera, and I was like, man, I love cameras, and I'm like, man, I have the itch. I want something different. I want something new, and something came out. This right here. Let me see if I can grab it. This is the DJI Nano. DJI Nano is amazing. I like it, but it does everything that this camera can do pretty much. And it does everything. Like whatever I said about this camera does. The only bad thing is the battery. The battery, the body and the camera is separate. And they have battery independent battery power. So this camera is cool. The purpose of this camera has always been, if I have a magnet here, I could put it here and I could get hidden footage for the most. But it's not really hidden, but hidden footage. It's not my favorite camera. I thought I would love it more than I would. It's very specific to what I want how I want to use it. It's if I want to get into places where I can't really record, this is my guy right here. And other than that, if I'm not using this one, I'm probably gonna be using this one for vacations and stuff like that. This one's officially retired, retired. This is the camera that I'm gonna be using, honestly, for the most part when I'm on vacation or I'm out and about. And if I don't want to use that, if I leave it at home, my 4K camera on the phone has been really legit recently, and I love it. But the camera that I really love right now, besides this one, I think if I got rid of all of these, and not this one, but all these right here, I would only keep this one, and the one that's recording right now, which is the Osmo Pocket 4, which is not legal in America, I think. I bought this in Korea. Well, I bought it online from Korea, and I got it here. This camera, legit, just like this one, amazing. For one, it gives me the quality, as you can see, almost, not quite, as good as a Sony A7 IV. Awesome. If you know how to edit and set up the settings on this camera, you can make it almost look as good as this. I don't know how to do that. I keep it simple. Auto. But man, I get good quality image. I get good quality sound. And I can, look at the way it looks. It looks amazing. You can see everything. If I get even closer, you can see even more details on my scan and everything. This camera is amazing. I love it. The reason I got it is because of that. Because I wanted a camera. This right here, this camera is amazing. But when you bring it indoors, it's not as bad as this camera right here, the 10. But it breaks down. It doesn't have that great, rich quality that I wanted with this camera. So, but I could get good quality in this camera. But I can also, the best part, I can transfer it to my phone easily. And I can edit this video easily. Even though this video, I'm not going to be editing it. I'm just going to post it the way as is. It's a story. I'm talking to you guys. Guys, be careful when you're buying cameras. But don't fall for the traps of, get this one. This is going to help you be a YouTuber. This is going to help you be a YouTuber. This one's going to help you be a YouTuber. Just be very, very careful when you make these purchases. I bought so many things to get to the point where I'm at, where I feel comfortable. Like, damn, I kind of look like the professionals out there, even though I have it on auto. But these are the cameras, and basically this is the story of my YouTube career and how I've been able to get more confident on the camera and talking on the camera, sounding better and looking better on the camera. Like when I first started, I couldn't even talk to the camera. Like, it felt weird looking at this hole in this camera. It felt weird talking to you guys. But, obviously now I have a community, so I know who I'm talking to. But, obviously, if you're watching this video and you're in the community, I don't need to tell you what camera to get. But if you are looking for a camera for YouTube, and, just be careful that you don't get the wrong one for the purpose. Like, for example, this right here, this is strictly for photos now. This one right here is strictly for getting into water, and I don't care if it gets completely soaked. This right here, I'm never using in my life. This right here is if all the cameras broke, this would be the one that I use. This is for fun and parties. This is the legit, I'm going to go on vacation, and I need a strong camera that's not going to break, have good battery. Audio is amazing. This is my go-to. This right here, camera right here, the one I'm recording on, this is strictly my home tabletop video camera. I love this camera. Which one's my favorite? They're all my favorite. Right now is this one, and that one. But here, guys, that was it. I just wanted to talk about my cameras and what I love about them, the story of how I got into them, and which one's my favorite. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions on these cameras, when it comes to settings, don't ask me. All these cameras, I use them on auto, honestly. So that's that. So thank you for watching. You guys are amazing. Till next time. Bye.